listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Couple of issues here with StreamYard. Unbelievable. All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. It is September 20th, 2022. How the hell are you? Are you ready for another evening of Goof On, of jokes and teasing? Telling you the truth. Ology. That's right, everybody. It is time for Goof On, and here we go. Today, we're going to talk about mind-controlling aliens and the UFOs they ride in. What the hell does that mean? I don't know. But Jimmy loves Christina. Those two are a match made in heaven. That's right. Lots to talk about tonight here on the old Goof On. Hope you're ready for some thrills and frills, maybe a couple of spills, or I don't know. It's just weird. Everything Everything's weird right now. You probably heard there's no September 24th to worry about. So we don't worry about that. Yeah, misspoke. I guess the guy in Germany misspoke. Meant to say February. Something happened on February 24th. And he was talking about how on this red letter day, everybody's going to remember where they were February 24th. But instead he said September 24th. And how that got turned into the end of days, it's pretty silly. But that's what they're doing. They're backpedaling on the end of days now. Just like when the New York Times or whoever posted, off-world vehicles, retraction 24 hours later, no such thing as off-world vehicles. We never said it, never happened. It never happened. Jurassic erase. Never happened. We just forget about it. Just like Roswell. The Army has a captured disc on ranch. Next day, no ranch, no disc, no captured. Never happened. And everybody's like, it's a weather balloon. That makes sense, yeah, because, the war. Those spy balloons from the Russians. Yeah. Did you know they put alien bodies now on these satellites, on the balloons? Yeah, they do that now. Because of Roswell. Roswell started it all. Yeah. They put those bodies. Yeah, it was just a goof, Yuri and Kosleka, they thought it would be funny to put a couple of doomies on the spy balloon, because like the Russians were looking down. So they put doomies on there. Doomies. That's how Jaime Maussan says dummies. Oh, I said the doomies. Good old Jaime. I really don't even want to do roll call tonight. I don't know if I have the energy. Let's see. Samo, Goofonian Rockstar, welcome to the show. Dee's House, Genetics, welcome to the show. I don't think I have the energy. Rebecca Wild one. I can't. Welcome to the show. It's very hard. It's very hard for me to do roll call. Billy Nye. Billy Nye. It's not. Let's try this one. Boston. Moody. I can't get your names. It just can't do roll call tonight. Come on, Richie. Moody Mongols here, everybody. So is Boston Deadhead and Billy Nice. Welcome to the show. Space Exposure's here. Welcome to the show. Ronnie Starr. Welcome to the show. Paula Faust. Welcome to the show. Fernambulax. Welcome to the show. Tony Introvert. Welcome to the show. Cash 45. Welcome to the show. Randy. Show. Stuart. Scripts. Haynes. I love listening on two devices with the delay echo. Yes. I understand. What you mean. Stuart. Mike Johnson's here. Welcome to the show. David Wilcox dropped by. Welcome to the show. Mr. Catfish 2100. There you are. Welcome to the show. Foodie Gangsta. What's up, Foodie? Welcome to the show. AZ Man. Welcome to the show. Zach Takes Montu. Welcome to the show. Kevin. Welcome to the show. Germans not allowed to laugh at jokes. I did not know that. Derek Kennedy. Welcome to the show. All right, are we done? That's it. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means, I didn't see it or don't have time to keep doing this all night. Ellen Crystal Energy, welcome to the show. Cookie Monster, welcome to the show. Cookie, I'm Grover. Shut up, asshole. He squeezes that chicken now. He's gone back to choking his chicken. Live. He's just choking his chicken. That's all he's doing on his show. It's the same show. Choking his chicken. Choking his chicken. I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm okay. Oh, Jesus, what was that? Let's see what Lou has to say.
There is a sense of urgency because, people said, well, why now? Well, because it's not on our time scale, not on our timeline. It's not up to us. They're here, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. They're here. The question is why? What's the purpose? We need to start asking ourselves some pretty direct questions about this topic. There is a sense of urgency because every day that we fail to acknowledge and recognize what's really going on, we stay in the veil of darkness. This is real. This is here. This is now. Our country has already acknowledged. I mean, I hate to say this, but disclosure's already happened. We now.
Don't you just want to put, like hot pokers in your eyes and ears? That he's just a buffoon. I just had to get myself motivated for tonight's show. It's always good to hear a buffoon before you start your show. That's what they say. It's like break a leg, except without saying break a leg. It's like listen to a buffoon. So Pentagon officials, according to Stephen Greenstreet, have ordered a sweeping review of U.S. information warfare operations conducted through social media platforms. Yikes. Twitter and Meta both identified networks of fake accounts believed to be connected to the U.S. military. Oh, really? You mean like sock accounts? Is it Boo-Hoo Lou? Is it K Hill of Beans? Let's see, Hill. They're coming after you. They have infiltrated the metaverse. It's over. Everything you know, your free speech, anything you say that goes against the narrative, they're going to shut you down. That's why they've infiltrated Facebook, Meta, YouTube, Twitter, all of it. And Lou is probably the main culprit of all that. Right? Got Joe, you're going to go on Facebook today and you're going to post this. And everybody else, you're going to post everything else I gave you. Johnny, you're going on Twitter. Mac, you're going to you're going to do whatever. Meta. I hate saying meta. Hate it. Don't like saying meta. I want to go to Meta. That's like when the word epic got popular. And all I used to do is hear my millennial nephew say, oh, this was so epic. It's like epic. That was such an epic landing. It was epic. And everything is literally. The UFOs literally came into the bedroom. Not figuratively, no. They literally came in the bedroom. Are you sure literally? I'm positive. Or am I? As soon as you question them, because they're so stupid, they don't know. They're like, Is it literally? I don't know if it's literally. Maybe it isn't literally. Maybe it is figuratively. What does figuratively mean? What does literally mean? I hear everybody else saying it. I thought it was literally a word I could literally use literally every time. Or how about when they say like? Like, it's really hard. Like, you know, these aliens, like, it's like, you want to hurt yourself. I just did it myself. All right, let's get to Think Tank on Twitter. Jimmy Church, is that you? It is. I've got coffee here for everybody. He's still doing that coffee, isn't he? Coffee and guitars. What a rush. So I've got this sightings here. The sightings here, it's from Scottsdale. One of the best videos I ever posted, Think Tank says he posted. Occurred in 2016. Why we're seeing it now is beyond me. Reported February 16, 2020. Huh. I don't know about this one. But watch the sky. I was looking right at it. Look at the sky. Where UFOs go. Hey, if you want to help support GoofOn, I forgot to say it. You can help support GoofOn. Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the description. Beep. You see those two dots? Wow, look at that. We were on the same page. I was just saying that. That's so wicked. Best sighting I've never seen, right? Best sighting I've never seen. Here we go. That looks so fake. That looks so bad right there. It's the only part of the screen that has issues in it. You know, everything else look normal. Yeah, that's a fake. I mean, look at it. Look how bad it is.
Oh my God.
Nah. She didn't even react at the right time. Don't you think she reacted a little bit too quick? Like usually something will flash and then you'll go, oh my God. Not as soon as it flashes, boom, my God. Right? She did it that quick. Boom, my God. Watch. Boom, my God. It's too quick.
Oh my God.
Right? Nobody reacts that quick to something that did something like that. Why? What did I just say?
Oh my God.
Rebecca Wiles throwing down a $2 for an Epic Tuesday. A good super chat. Mucho gusto. Lavender Rose. So thank you very much, Rebecca. The wild one throwing down the first one tonight. All right. Thank you, Rebecca! My God, that's loud. It sounds loud on my end. My back is itching and I can't get it. I can't, it's killing me. Stop with the itching. It's still there. And I can't move. I'm so sore from yesterday. I can't. I gotta scratch it. Hold on. Talk about the sighting. Here, look at it again, will you? Here. I gotta scratch myself. I'm like a bear. God. Ow. Oh, that's it right there. Oh no. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Nice. All right. Well, I don't think that was real. I think that was a fake. She did react way too quick. I mean, she reacted as soon as that thing flashed. It was like, hey, usually you go like that. It's like, what are you hitting me for, right? There was no reaction time. It was like, boom, boom, I can't believe it. Boom, where'd it go? Too quick, fake. All they had to do was delay that just a little bit longer. And they might have had me fooled, but because of that, no, it's a fake. Or it isn't, I don't know. Everything's fake in my opinion until it isn't. Sorry. Not buying it. Does anybody remember Dorothy Isaac? Remember Dorothy Isaac? Remember her? She was the woman who saw the UFOs. She saw these 3 points of light outside where she lives. And she felt like there was some communication, some connection to the lights. And then she got her camera out and started recording these things. And it turns out, for me, probably the best evidence of a UFO we'll ever see. Seriously, I mean that. I think this is 100% legit. And Dorothy Isaac is legit. And they made a little mini documentary. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I don't know. Just type in Dorothy Isaac somewhere. Probably in Prime. But she would see like 3 points of light, right? Like one here, one here, one here. And then there would be a flash. And she'd be recording it. And in one frame, there would be all these squiggly lines. And they didn't bleed into the other frames, which is extremely unbelievable. And nobody can explain how that happened. But there were beings, according to her, in those streaks. And you can see what looks like some sort of humanoid figure. But it's pretty real. And it is. Watch. Object. We like hard metallic objects here on Goof On, everybody. We love nuts. We love bolts. We love hard-shaped craft. Not the light people. No. They didn't see the light people. Not until they flashed. I bet they did jazz hands. What is that? What is jazz hands? What is jazz hands? This? I don't even know what jazz hands is. I forgot what jazz hands. Thank God I forgot what jazz hands is.
Remember, the feeling was so intense, it was like I was standing in a vacuum and all my hair was standing on end.
And then it ended and she's like, there you have it.
It disappeared. Dorothy let out a giggle that was like, there you go. What do you think of that?
I think it was great. That's what he saw. He saw this. Can you imagine? Hey, you know what? This could be the Tic Tac. I noticed these little antennae, like a TV set. But this could be a Tic Tac. If you were looking straight down on top, I don't know. That's amazing that he saw this. He saw this. Do you understand what I'm saying? The real Dorothy Isaac, the legitimate one. In my opinion, probably the only person that I believe. Because the evidence is so overcoming. I can't. Why am I doing Dorothy Isaac? I didn't even plan on this. All right. Enough of that. Get the picture. Got it. People just can't take jokes. I'm telling you. What else are we talking about tonight? Oh, mind controlling aliens and their UFOs. Right. Mind controlling aliens. Hold on. No, I don't want to do that. Hold on a second. Mind controlling aliens. mind controlling alien. Mind control. Mind. Mind. We'll get back to that. Mick West trying to stay afloat here on UFO Twitter. Having a hard time. What's up, Nick N? Nah. Nick says, will you do any more field investigations ever again like the park that time? You know what's sad about me, Nick? I moved to Florida, and the environment here is very dangerous and something I am not accustomed to. The places I want to go to at night have high probability of getting bit by snakes, spiders, crocodile, alligator, whatever else they got out here in Florida. So, yeah, I will be, and I have some things I've already recorded, just haven't put together for a video yet. But yes, Nick, the answer is yes. What was I saying? Mick West trying to stay afloat on Twitter. I don't know why he even bothers. He says, because he's responding to a woman who tweeted this. Why does everyone keep saying UAPs? It's phenomena, not phenomenas. And Mick says, I'm getting an almost culty vibe from these folk. They think aliens are testing us, keeping Earth isolated until we do better, which apparently starts with getting our plural forms right. Also, transcendental oneness experiences, not uncommon in ufology. Interesting stuff. He replies to that lady, but won't reply to my questions or comments when I post them. I'm telling you, every single person on Twitter avoids me. And now I started calling people out today. I started with Joe Merja, telling him basically you can run but you can't hide. I'm not going away. And I know you ignore me every chance you can. So I'm calling him out. Mick West, unbelievable. You know, he's not that smart. He's so smart, he's arrogant. Capiche? Mick, that's who you are. You're so smart, you're arrogant. Not that smart. Not when it comes to debunking. I thought he was in the beginning. You know, he had a couple of good runs there, you know, with the flashlight and all that other shit. Yeah, but he's no goof on, that's for sure. All right. 2 forestry workers capture an orb in Yellowstone National Park. This was yesterday. So let me pull that up. I don't know if this is real, fake, or whatever, but it looks legit. But I've only seen it on my cell phone. So I'm going to take a look with you now live right here on Goof On.
This orb.
That's cool. It got like a spiral around it.
I told you that every morning, man. You don't believe me. I'm glad you're here today to see it for yourself. That's a UFO, buddy. Or that's an orb. And if that orb is around, Bigfoot is around. Because he follows
what did he say?
Honest to God. Researchers have proved it, bro. That's a UFO, buddy. Or that's an orb. And if that orb is around, Bigfoot is around.
All right, man. This guy wins the dummy award of the day. I wish we had a sticker for that. Hey, for those of you who live in New York City that have seen UFOs, watch out. Bigfoot's around. Actually, you can find Bigfoot in New York. Bigfoot invades New York. Can you imagine Bigfoot? He's on the subway. They saw him on the Staten Island ferry. He was spotted on a unicycle in Central Park. Bigfoot invades New York. Orc.
Because he follows the Bigfoot spot, honest to God.
Guys, I swear to God.
Researchers have proved it, bro.
Researchers proved it.
That's wild, wherever the fuck it is.
It's hiding behind the fucking fog, see? He doesn't think we can see it.
So UFOs, they're up there hiding in the fog. Because they're trying to hide from... Did you hear the language these people used?
That's wild, wherever the fuck it is.
It's hiding behind the fucking fog, see? He doesn't think we can see it.
It doesn't think we can see it. Do you think the aliens are up there going, hey, Mick, looks like we hit ourselves pretty good behind this fog. I'm not so sure, bleep, bleep. I think they still see us. Stupid! They think we can't see them. Now he knows what the aliens are projecting and thinking. Nah, I love people. God, I love people. Prove me right. Stupid! This is beautiful.
That's weird, eh?
That is weird, man.
For yourself, because if you would have showed up, I would have told you about it.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, because we're videotaping it. Look, that light just came on, look. See that, dude?
Yeah, I did.
That light just popped on down there.
That's cool. Look, it looks like it's going into a circle spin or something. That's fucked.
Told you, you don't fucking believe me. I told you. I'm glad you see it for yourself.
Wonder what that is.
I told you what it was.
So, is that a real UFO? Sounds real. Sounds real. I want to thank Richard. I don't know who this is. Richard M., who sent a PayPal and says, stare straight at the screen with no overlays up for 10 seconds. Oh, never mind. All right. Thank you for that, Richard. Richard M., everybody. Richard M. through the PayPal support. Appreciate that. All right. When you hear these people talking, this is what happens when there's nothing going on in ufology. It's not my fault. Nothing is going on. Everybody's just, right? Don't you feel like there's a lull, an L-U-L-L in ufology right now? Seriously, this is exactly what it was like before Elizondo, TTSA. It was like this every day. It was painful. It was hard for me to do a show in a week because nothing was happening. I was only doing one show a week for like a decade. Right? And it was hard. It was hard. And then when I went to 2 shows a week, I'm like, how am I supposed to do this? What am I going to talk about? That's how I feel. You know, Twitter wasn't as popular. I don't even know if it was around. I think it was. But it wasn't like it is today. You can get a lot of information off of Twitter, of course. You can get it anywhere. There's a lot of places now where you could always get something to talk about. There's somebody's drama you could talk about. There's people on other shows you could talk about. But what is happening that is new? Well, the Galileo project, you know, that's not going to be going anywhere for a minute. TSA, who gives a shit about TSA? Lou Elizondo's book, I don't know. I think it's coming out next year. Movies, there's no, I haven't seen a good movie since Above Top Secret. Before that, Phenomena was good, but come on. Nothing new. Nothing new. Really, there's nothing new that is going around the internet right now. Look at this. Travis Taylor, okay, appears to be repeating the same talking point as Commander Fravor regarding the confiscated tapes. Says, I'm not sure Kevin Day ever said that though. Pretty sure it was Gary and Jeremy. Gary McKinnon. Let's listen to this. It's VIP lunch with Dr. Travis Taylor, Phenomicon, from the Phenomicon. This is from Brandon on Twitter.
Dramatic. Look at the advent of cell phone technology, right? I mean, this right here has 2 cameras on it that are far superior than anything Bigelow even could have imagined, right? The cameras they had were terrible. They had a few, and they were very expensive back then. And the things they...
So is he telling me that the cameras that Bigelow had at Skinwalker Ranch were nowhere near the capability of his iPhone camera? Are you out of your freaking mind? It's a totally different experience. It's not even close. An iPhone camera may be technically more advanced, but it is no way near better than what Bigelow probably had everything that was for the military grade. Everything was military grade. He had night scopes, he had day scopes, he had telescopes. My God. Bigelow had the best of the best. What is this jackass talking about? What a dummy. What a doomy. Excuse me. What? Trump? Do me from now on. Do me.
They did were unusual.
Boy, he's hamming it up. Did you see him? He's hamming it up with the lift of the eyebrow. Watch the ham. He's turning into a ham.
And the things they did
Watch.
were
there it is.
Unusual.
There it is. That was the lift your eyebrow for the most interesting comment I'm about to speak moment. That was just awful. Wow, what a ham.
Bigelow,
that, my friends, is what we call in the industry a cooked ham. What movie?
We seem to uncover is he was more interested in the ooga booga and the woo woo stuff than actually the technology advancement that might.
The ooga booga and the woo woo stuff. The ooga booga
seemed to uncover is he was more interested in the ooga booga and the woo woo stuff.
And the crowd goes wild. This is what $75 gets you. This is that $75 have a one-on-one lunch with Travis Taylor. This is what it gets you. Ooga booga and woo-woo stuff. He's bringing himself down to your intellect. To your level of intellect is what he's doing. What a condescending little prick. Nah, I'm just kidding. He's doing great.
Than actually the technology advancement that might be there. Although he did tell Jay Stratton, the director of, and Dr. McCaskey, the directors of ATIP, that if they wanted to see a UFO, that they needed to go to Skinwalker Ranch, and that's how come the Pentagon got interested in it. But when we got there, I say we, the ubiquitous Brandon Fugel's team, Eric and Thomas and Dragon got there. They were there 2 years before I joined the team. The scientist, I guess I would say Eric's counterpart to the Bigelow era, was he's a sharp guy. You know, I'm amazed Bigelow found anything. Yeah. But no, whatever this is, it's something else. It's somebody.
Whatever this is, it's something else. It's somebody. What? Let's go back a little bit.
You know, I'm amazed Bigelow found anything. Yeah. But no, whatever this is, it's something else. It's somebody eavesdropping on us with state-of-the-art something that we don't know exists.
It's somebody eavesdropping on us with state-of-the-art technology that we don't know exists, which means China or Russia. But then he's saying, now he's going to say, but we know it can't be that because we know they don't got that.
Which I doubt. Or it's something else, and I don't know what that is.
And I don't know what the fuck that is, he says. Wow.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is there anything that you learned as chief scientist of the UAP task force about how the government views and analyzes this data that surprised you? Or was that your entire role, is to gather the data?
Boring.
FAA system and put them all, there was no way to put all that in one system. And it took us a year just to figure out how to...
It took us about a year to put everything together, and it still didn't work. When we hit go, everything just shorted out. You guys seen it on Skinwalker. Every time we tried to document something without computers, it would short out, or we wouldn't get the right signal. Either something wasn't calibrated correctly, I don't know, but I love Skinwalker Ranch. You know that I know that you know that I know. You know. Oh, what a bull. This guy's now a bullshit artist 100% of the time. I would love to sit down. I would pay 75 cents to sit down with him.
They went around and everything that took data of these, they gathered it up and took it to the admiral of the thing, put it in their main observation room so that all...
Oh, is this the $75? Wait a second. I thought it was a one-on-one lunch that you get. So all these people paid $75 so he could hold court at a restaurant table? So weird.
Experts to come in there and look at it. And then nobody really did anything with it. They were told to ignore it from the Pentagon, so they just shoved it in a drawer. No men in black came and took the stuff. But every time Kevin Day tells the story, oh yeah, Men in Black came and took the took the data from it. No, Kevin, he wasn't even wearing black; he was wearing blue. We know for a fact. We've gone back and found the history. What happened to that?
So Kevin Day is saying the wrong thing? Is that what I just heard?
And everything that took data of these, they gathered it up and took it to the admiral of the thing.
This is with the Tic Tac event. So let's go back a little bit.
Which is what we wore off duty on the ship. They went around and everything that took data of these, they gathered it up and took it to the admiral of the thing, put it in their main observation room so that all their experts could come in there and look at it. And then nobody really did anything with it. They were told to ignore it from the Pentagon, so they just shoved it in a drawer. No Men in Black came and took the stuff. But every time Kevin Day tells the story, oh yeah, Men in Black came and took the took the data from it. No, Kevin, he wasn't even wearing black; he was wearing blue.
Well, he just said Men in White. This is a very odd story. Why would he do that to Kevin Day? I guess they didn't hoorah together. One's a scientist and one's a Navy guy. What's the story we all heard? That after the Nimitz event, within, 5 to 15 minutes, plainclothes civilians, 2 men, got out of a helicopter that landed on the deck, came and went to the CIC room and grabbed the data, right? Isn't that the story we all heard? I never heard Kevin Day say anything differently. But now, according to Travis, he's saying they didn't take it, they analyzed it, and then shoved it in a drawer. So then that means all the evidence is still there. Well, it would have been, not 18 years later or whatever it is. Right? Something has just gone completely wrong. The whole story just went sideways. On that part, either those guys took the data or they pushed it aside like Travis is telling us here. I understand it's the telephone game. You're 100% right. But Kevin Day was there. Sean Cahill was there. You know who wasn't there? This numbnuts. He wasn't there. He wasn't there 2004. So he shouldn't be talking about this. Right? As if he knows the truth. Because it is the telephone game. And they're all lying. Because that's what they were told to say. They were told to say certain things. Kevin Day just can't think straight anymore for whatever reason. He's got health issues and he's just not right sometimes. So it seems. But this guy's a pretty healthy guy. And why he's ripping on Kevin Day when he wasn't even there is strange.
I mean, we know for a fact. We've gone back and found the history. What happened to that? And we've never found a Men in Black. Me and Jay begged. You know, we put out bait. We're like, come on, bring it on, Men in Black. We want to see who you are. If there is such a group, and there may be, I don't think they're within the government. I think they're within a private organization that is beyond FOIA, it's beyond the government reach, and they're probably multi-billion-dollar corporations or multi-billion-dollar folks who are pretty much untouchable, which we've seen in the last few years, that the billionaires can pretty much do whatever the hell they want.
Could it be a contractor of the government?
Well, so if they're on contract to the government, anything related to that contract is for you. So anyway, and so the $20 million was supposed to go on this contract. It's startling, and I need to report this because it's possible national security implications. I wasn't violating anything with Brandon or the task force, and it disturbed me. That's actually how I got on the task force, when I discovered the microwave signal. I thought, this is like a anti-personnel kind of weapon system, and it's startling, and I need to report this because it's possible national security implications. I wasn't violating anything with Brandon or the show, but and they didn't know I was part of the task force. But I had to, I wasn't even part of the task force at this time, but as a government employee, I had to go and report it, of channels.
So Travis Taylor works for the government. As far as I'm concerned, he is no different than Lou Elizondo now. He can't be trusted. I don't care how nice he is. I don't care how nice he looks. I don't care how professional he sounds. I don't care how he sounds. I don't care what he says. Everything this guy says now, I've never really trusted him. He was just a guy on a couple of TV shows back in the day, right? And now all of a sudden he's a UFO expert. David Wilcox with the $10 Canadian. The Canadians are throwing down super chats tonight like it's raining cats and dogs. He's got more degrees than a Louisiana thermostat. Thermometer. What are you talking about? Yes, he does. I always like that word, thermometer. You got your thir, then you got your mom, and then you got Derek Jeter. Thank you, David Wilcox, for the $10. And that is true. He does. He's so smart, he's arrogant. That's right. Mucho gusto, Will Cox, a continuing supporter of Goof On. Mucho gusto, Generoso. What's up, John Southern Exposure? It's all about money, and someone probably didn't get paid, so now they fight. Yes. Yes, anytime there's a money issue, these guys will be like, if you don't pay me, I'm going to talk about this on a podcast, or I'm going to go live, or I'm going to have a blog about it. Jeremy McGowan. All about money. Right, Hellfire. Right after he called Lazar a janitor. Yeah. He's so arrogant all of a sudden, right? He acts like he knows everything. And he doesn't. We do. He's new. You're new here. Go back to Skinwalker. Look, he's looking right at us. Don't look at us. Look away. That's it. Cut the feed. Done with him. Travis Taylor is very dangerous to ufology. I say this because he is going to be with us for as long as we're alive now, for the next 20 years. And we need to dissect everything he says because he thinks he is better and smarter than the rest of us. They all do. All these people are not dumb. They're not stupid. Even Lou, as dumb as he is and looks, he's in his world, he's smart, but in ufology, he's dumb. He has no idea what he's doing. He thinks he does, but he doesn't. Ufology's not broken up, and I'm tired of friggin' acting like it is. There's nothing wrong with ufology, people. Lou did not dismantle it. He did not destroy it, not even close. We've already been dismantled. You can't dismantle something that isn't together as it is anyway. So that was an easy thing for Lou to say. And he didn't mean he was going to have didn't mean we were all going to be infighting. That wasn't Lou's purpose. Lou's purpose was to shove all the bullshit out of the way and let everybody know about how smart he is and the people. Now look at the people that have been brought in by Lou Elizondo. Who's been brought in by Lou Elizondo? Nobody. Lou Elizondo doesn't bring people here. Didn't he say he was going to get a lot of scientists together? He was going to facilitate all this stuff, I thought. He's going to clubs and groups and factions that are already set, and he infiltrates, and then he thinks he's taking over. That's what Lou's doing. That's all he's doing. It's the lazy man lead. It's when you steal or siphon off what other people have done. And that's what Lou does. He siphons gas out of everybody's think tank and makes it his own. And then he says, hey, look what I did. When he did nothing at all. You walked in on an already running operation. You didn't do shit. You didn't make TTSA. You broke it up. You didn't give us transparency in the office at the Pentagon. You gave us no transparency, you lying sack of Shiite. Oh, everything Lou says, it's the opposite. That's how you figure that guy out. Let's watch Travis Walton on Joe Rogan. Tell me what's wrong with Travis Walton here.
My consciousness was kind of like in and out for a while. I didn't know where I was.
Sounds like he doesn't know where he is now.
And the feeling that I was mortally wounded, something was so wrong inside. I felt like I was dying. And this is what really fueled the panic when I finally laid eyes on these creatures. Of course, all of the mental programming that we get from Hollywood that aliens are invading monsters, you know. Didn't help. But I instantly associated this feeling of dying with pain with them. So I was combative immediately.
Where were you?
I was lying on my back on a raised table. There was a light above me. It was not real bright. It was not so bright that I couldn't, see the outline of the fixture. But
what did the fixture look like?
Kind of like that, only much larger. Just a soft glow. And in the movie, there's a little bit of striking on the part of the aliens against me. That didn't happen. I lashed out at them. The one closest to me, I felt really weak. I didn't have enough strength to do much. So when my arm contacted him, he just fell back very unexpectedly easy into the other one. And I rolled off the table in the other direction.
So this is when Travis was abducted, and then he woke up and he started freaking out and started acting out and pushed one of the aliens aside, said it was rather easy to move him aside, like, it was nothing. He sounds like he's a little bit tired. Like really tired. He doesn't look like he wants to be there, And that's the Travis I always see. Every time I saw Travis at the Phoenix Lights thing or at the IA, whatever the hell you call International UFO Congress in Phoenix, he always seemed like he was alone or wanted to be alone. And it didn't look like he wouldn't make eye contact more than a split second just to see who's coming. Doesn't want to talk to people. That's the impression I got. Poor guy. To go through your whole life with people calling you a liar or people calling you whatever, and that's the risk they all took back then, or he took.
And they came around the table, and the three of them were coming towards me. And I just grabbed something from behind me, an object off of the shelf there, and started swinging it at them.
What was the object?
It was just some large, long cylinder or rod, glass, some clear material. I wasn't studying it. I was looking at them and swinging wildly, screaming threats. They stopped. And I was planning on attacking more fully, just making way past them. The only doorway I could see was on the other side of them.
And it looked like a doorway?
Yeah, it looked like a doorway, just,
And what did they look like?
I guess it's a pretty typical description nowadays. Very large eyes, hairless.
One thing Travis isn't saying, and you would think he would have said it. Maybe he did, and I just don't remember it. Did he have a telepathic communication with these things? I don't remember if he did, and he hasn't mentioned it yet. He hasn't said, I heard a voice in my head say, calm down. I think that's coming up. I'm not sure. Let's finish it out, though.
2 eyes, nose, mouth.
Exactly, Tony.
See them
I wouldn't either.
speak or no change in the expressions. And to me, that in the face of all this screaming and the fear that I was projecting, their lack of reaction probably just added to my panic. But
did they feel like they were a living creature, or did they feel like they were a robot? Like,
well, they were without expression, I'll say that. But, you know, I've had 45 years to think about that. In more recent years, I think, well, maybe if they're telepathic.
Oh.
And it's developed enough to where they...
Oh!
What do you remember from that moment on?
Damn it. He was just getting into it. There's probably more to that, but I'm not going to go look for it. Mike Johnson with the $7 Canadian. Well, I think $7 Canadian. Ufology is definitely an interesting subject that brings out interesting people. Also brings out amazing people with many new friends. Of course it does. Of course it does. What I don't like, and it's probably my fault, is that I'm not friends with I am friends with a couple of people. I can't say I'm not. But I'll have to say 95% of the people I was friends with 10 years ago, I'm not friends with now. And I don't like that. What happens is when you start figuring things out for yourself, you will get a hard stance on what you believe in. So no matter what I tell you, no matter what I show you on a video, if something looks fake and why, you're not going to care. Just like I don't care what a lot of people think. I go by trial and error. But then again, I would believe somebody more if they were in this field with a lot of evidence backing their work up. Like, were they in this field continually for the last 15, 20 years? Who did they talk to over all this time? How much were they involved in the community? And when I talk to a lot of people are just part-timers. Not a lot of people are in this full-time. Very few. The people that I talk about on a regular basis are the people that are in it full-time. It's very rare that I will talk about somebody who just got here. Unless they're making claims that are so ridiculous, I can't let it go. Mike Johnson, very good comment. Thank you for the super chat. A continuing supporter of GoofOn. Thank you very much, Mike. Yeah, Coral's not here again. Hopefully she'll be back soon. Just, if she's back in the chat room and the internet's working and everything else. So hopefully we could see her soon. So let's send out a nice Reiki charged hug to Coral Ann. Coral Ann! Yay! All right, this is for Coral. We'll give Coral a little bit of love. Huh? Give Coral a little bit of love right now.
What are they? Why are they? What do they mean?
What are they, everybody?
Are they harbingers of world change? Secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world change?
All right. I'm dying. All right, let's go. Now, Travis got to the point where he was talking about mind telepathy. And we've talked about this in the past. As a matter of fact, we talk about it a lot. How people claim to have telepathic messages, or they've had uploads to their brain of knowledge from the elders. You've all heard those stories before, right? Some of you here also make those claims as well. But I cannot say whether or not that actually happened to you. But I can tell you, it didn't happen to me. Or did it? And the thing is, when I hear people talking about whether they had a conversation with an alien or not, if their mouths were moving, makes me wonder if it's a technology that's being used, or is it really aliens talking to them telepathically without their mouths moving? That's interesting. Wouldn't David Wilcox with a $5 super chat, wouldn't a mind receiving telepathy have to be as advanced as the one sending it? I don't know. I never thought of that. I never thought of that before. I don't think so. See, and I'll tell you why. Well, I would think we would have to be evolved to that level, but let me tell you why it won't fly in the community. Because that's the only loophole they have. That's the loophole that they have that gives them the ability to say they were abducted and that they talk to aliens. It's the loophole. It is. It's the loophole. Because without telepathy, how would the aliens talk? They would have to move their mouths. And now, if they move their mouths, we would be getting into how did they learn to speak our language? What if they don't have vocal cords like us? What if they can't make sounds like us? Oh, no. They've got two eyes, a nose, a mouth, ears that are holes, but yet they can't speak like us. Oh, it's got to be a miracle. They can't move their mouths like us, right? No. If our minds were as advanced, don't you think we'd be able to do it now? But that's the rub. That's the rub. They would tell you, those who believe in telepathy speaking aliens, they believe we are already there. We just don't know how to tap into it. Don't you think if it was indigenous to our body and our mind and our genome and our DNA, we would automatically know how to use our mind to talk to the aliens? Don't you think it would already be active and we would be talking to each other that way? We would not have vocal cords. Our vocal cords would have disappeared over evolutionary periods. Well, maybe they didn't. Maybe it's just in the mind. Maybe it's just da. That's not how evolution works. Well, maybe it's not evolution. Maybe it's design. Now we're talking. So the aliens are abducting us and taking us to design us so we cannot move our mouths and talk with our minds. That's one of the reasons I guess they're abducting us. All right, what are the other ones? Because they sure as hell can't cure a disease or keep us healthy. I don't see any of that shit happening at record levels. If the aliens were really helping people with cancer and tumors and things that aren't healable, why don't they help everybody? Why? Why don't they help everybody with cancer? Why don't they visit everybody? Everybody with an ailment. Cure diabetes while you're at it. Why not? Help the thyroid people. You know, those people, thyroid. My God, I was thinking steroids. Thyroid. You got to help the thyroid people. Thyroid. Yikes. I've been talking way too much. Thank you, David Wilcox. It's a good question, my friend. Who knows? I don't know. But you would think that we would have to be... How did that pop back up? I thought I got rid of that. David Wilcox, $5 wouldn't have... I already did that. That's weird. Didn't I get rid of it? I thought I took it off the screen. Weird. Let's see. Dorothy says, if you believe the old stories of ETs coming here in the 50s, we were offered all the things you said and we rejected it. Oh, Valiant Thor. Come on with Valiant Thor. First of all, Valiant Thor would have to be real. And I'm not quite sure he is. So that's funny. Yeah, we rejected it. Yeah. No, we didn't. Do you really think Valiant Thor knows everything? How would Valiant Thor know? Where is Valiant Thor now? What has he done for me lately? That's the next show. Valiant Thor, what have you done for me lately? We keep quoting people who aren't here. We keep talking about people who have died. Carl Sagan, Ronald Reagan. You know why? Because they said smart things. And it's hard to find people saying smart things nowadays. Everybody's out trying to make a buck. Everybody's trying to get that exclusive story that nobody's ever heard before without any evidence whatsoever. You could see why I'm a little hot under the collar about all this stuff. I would think that the aliens are abducting us. If they were, for genetic experiments, because they're sure as hell not helping me. And if they were here to help mankind, they would help all of us, not just one kind or one here, one there. Maybe they're helping people that will make a difference in the world. Maybe they know the future. See, you can't play every angle of this just to find an answer. There is no answer because we don't even know what the frig we're talking about. You think I know what I'm talking about right now? I have no idea what's true. Absolutely no idea. But yet we have mind melding aliens. And they tell us what to do. You know, I used to laugh at that. As a matter of fact, you can hear my frustration. But let me tell you something. When I first got into this field, I think I was brought in stages into this field. It is weird. It is awfully weird. I'm actually doing something now. I'm documenting things that happened in my life that changed the course that I'm on, that kept me in ufology instead of me wanting to leave. And it's very interesting. It's almost as if I'm being told what I friggin' need to do without me thinking I'm being told what to do. I think it's free will. But I think there was a plan. So when I first got into this field, I was outside a lot, recording stuff, trying to figure things out, sending my stuff to certain websites that were popular, and they were posting it up on their channels or their websites and doing very well. My sightings were always really popular. And then one day in December, from June 27th until December, it was nonstop. But I was frustrated because I was always seeing just one dot here, one dot there. So I told my wife at the time, I said, I need to see what they saw in Mexico. In Mexico, a year before, close to a year earlier, was when they had that sighting of the 9 lights and or maybe more, and people think it was it was the route of drug dealers, and that people were recording the fire. I can't think right now. The oil wells that were in the ocean that were on fire, but it was literally orbs that were following around or in the vicinity of the military flying around, and they captured it on their FLIR camera, and you all have seen it. And they start counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they see all these dots, right? And it looks fantastic. So I had told my wife, if I don't see this stuff, I'm quitting. So then I didn't see it. I was still capturing 1 dot here, 1 dot there. So on December 11th, I quit. Put my camera up, zipped everything up, got it all ready to put into storage. And then December 12th, I didn't go outside that morning. I was watching football. It was halftime. And I decided to go outside to walk the dog and water some plants. And the night before, I told my wife, why don't I get to see constellations? Why don't they show me Orion's belt? You know, why don't they show me more than one? I wish they would do that for me. That's all I wish for. So the next day I go out and I, out of habit, look up and see this object and recorded my UFO fleet, which they formed the constellation of Orion, the Big Dipper. They formed a question mark out of 9 dots. It was a perfect question mark. And all of that was a message to me. And also the genie's lamp. They formed what looked, and you heard me say it on my video, that looks like a genie's lamp. The genie's lamp was me making a wish. The question mark was me questioning them. What are they? Why don't they give me? Why can't I see? And then the constellations they showed me, because that's what I wanted to see. And that was all in a 27-minute sighting. And that changed my life. And to me, that is almost like a telepathic message. And I told my wife, it's weird. When I go outside, I feel like they want me to look in a certain direction. I'm telling her, I feel like I need to look this way. And next thing you know, I captured something. And I don't know what it is. And that happened frequently. And most everything I was able to figure out, but some things I couldn't. But I continually had that feeling for the next 4 years. And every time I would go sky watching, I felt like I was being watched. It was weird. I had no fear going anywhere I wanted in the middle of the desert by myself without the dog. Hiking on trails trying to get shots from an ancient burial site of the Indians that were indigenous here. Never got bit by a snake, never got sick. It's amazing. And I feel like that there was some direction in there. So when I hear people say they felt like they had a message or they were being talked to telepathically, just like the school kids, that when the aliens walked up to them and they had the conversation, I guess mentally, that's what the kids said about our planet. You know, we're going to destroy the planet with our technology. Where would they come up with that stuff? Too many coincidences, too many weird things in my life that I have documented on video. Like if I can't get something on video because it happened too fast or I had a weird experience, I make a video recording of what happened so I don't forget. I've got a lot of things like that. It's pretty weird going back and looking at some of the strange things. I have to bring out a video where I don't know if I was crying or what, but I think it was right after I saw I know when it was. It was right after I saw a Medusa-looking object of a ghost head come screaming out of the alarm clock at me. Oh, that was a great night. But there's so many weird things that happen. I can't deny that there may be some sort of communication. Now, I don't hear any voices, but it's just like my instincts are leading me where to go. Like, why would I walk 1.5 miles to this location I've never been to? I didn't plan on going here, but I wound up being there and I captured something interesting or something weird happened. There would be a lot of times where I would go to a location to go sky watching and I would hear my name. Probably over at least 6 times, minimum. Maybe 12 times, 13. It's a lot. And it's always the same. Rich. And I would turn around and nobody's there. I think when I was recording stuff and I had the camera and I'm looking through the eyepiece or I'm right next to it, I think my brain waves interacted somehow through the recording, through the camera with whatever entity was out there. That's how I interpreted it. That'd be a neat way to do it. Maybe that's how they communicate. I don't know. Anyway, strange stuff. I don't know if they can talk to us that way. But I've never heard any words, only just feelings. I know a lot of people out there claim to have the same feelings, and I want to believe them, but they have no body of evidence to back them up, and I do. There's a difference between people who just do than people who do with evidence. That's why I have a hard time believing some people. It's not that hard to get the evidence. You should be ready at all times. Especially Bledsoe. This guy's got so many claims. He's now on a higher level than Jesus Christ himself. True story. So Dorothy, you posted something today about Joe Merja having the hots for Erica Lukes. And I thought that was funny. You responded to a Steve Long tweet that says, and why isn't Erica Lukes tagged in any of these tweets stating admitted rumors about her? Why not give her a chance to respond? This is exactly what you're accusing her of. Why not accept her offer to a discussion? Like much of ufology, this is a cycle which repeats often. John Greenwald Jr. says there are too many battlefields. They need to end. I've noticed Erica Lukes isn't even tagged in this. So paging Erica, no battlefield, no waging war. Let's at least inform her of all the above to see if she'd like to respond in her words. Erica Lukes responded, life's too short and there are a lot more important issues in the world right now. I've spent years dealing with mean-spirited people in the world of ufology and it's taken its toll. I know some of you feel the same way. Let's move forward. Tim McMillan replied, for the life of me, can't fathom why Joe, Red Rum Joe, is trying to once again start fights with people. That's Red Rum Joe. This is the guy I told you about who's the biggest drama queen in ufology. And Erica says, Joe, I've asked you to come on my show. I'll ask again. Would you like to come on so you can address this? And Red Rum Joe says, I would never go on your show to discuss anything with you. That's Red Rum Chicken Joe. Chicken Joe. Chong Chong Chicken. That's who he is. Damien Smokey's in the house. What's up with the $7 Canadian? Another Canadian. Holy crap, this is a record for super chats by Canadians tonight. Thank you very much, Damien Smokey, a super dono. That's pure love. Good to see you. Hope you're doing okay. Thank you, Damien Smokey! Mucho gusto, generoso. Damien Smokey-san. Thank you. Good to see you. I am cramping for no good reason. I ate today. I slept a little bit. Good job, Dorothy, pointing that stuff out. Red Rum Joe is very, very mean. Not a nice kid. Not a nice man. That's stupid. This is so dumb. There we go. Yeah, that's the one I should have had all night. It matches with the shirt. All right, what's Rather be squidding? What is Rather up to now that the celebrity piece of shit reviews not around? He says the UAP research should be paying attention. Wait, the UAP research we should be paying attention to are from scientists who are secure enough in their work that they aren't compelled to engage in Twitter spats and sniping. Avi Loeb, David Spergel, those involved with the others are just distractions. You know, people don't like drama, but they love it. And I love it when we get the hypocrisy. Everybody loves drama. Everybody loves it. As long as it's not boring. There's drama and then there's drama. As long as it's not boring, you love it. You love it. Don't say you don't. So, can you imagine if one of your biggest wishes in life came true was to have an interview with Dr. Drew? That was this guy's dream come true. But this is a great question posed to Dr. Drew. If he even is a real doctor, I'm not sure anymore. Let's take a listen. It's actually interesting. I thought this was interesting. That's why I'm playing it. Check it out.
We're going to wrap up pretty soon. Yeah, Logan, go ahead.
First of all, I'm such a huge fan, Dr. Drew, since your Loveline days.
Thank
you
you.
and Adam Carolla, massive. Okay, let's get on.
Okay.
So we're in the midst of like the biggest like UFO, UAP disclosure like in history, right? We're making passing bills in Congress and whatnot.
Yeah.
And just wanted to know, what do you think the the mental health effect is going to be on the population, on the religious side, the scientific side? You know, if it's disclosed aliens are here, they've been here for a number of years, and so on.
I don't know. I will have to give that some thought. I think it could. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe the aliens are beaming us these thoughts into us. They're making us go upside down like this. But I think it could. I don't think it's necessarily obvious how it's going to go. In other words, it could increase the sense of awe and mystery in the world and the universe, right? It doesn't have to say, "Oh, we're in a simulation.
What?
Aliens are here." It could go the other way, you know.
What the hell does that mean? What does he mean by that? It doesn't mean we're in a simulation. What?
Oh, we're in a simulation because aliens are here.
Who said that? Nobody has ever said, if aliens are here, we're in a simulation. Nobody's ever said that. This is why Dr. Drew shouldn't be talking about this. Stupid.
It could go the other way, you know. So I don't know. What do you think?
I think, God, for so many of people like me, it already has like done that. I think for a lot of people, especially on UFO Twitter, it's we don't really need disclosure, so to speak, because we already know it's here.
Oh my God. They already know it's here with no evidence. Now you know why UFO Twitter is weak. Now you know why UFO Twitter is falling apart. Now you know why UFO Twitter has the infighting it does. Because even they're realizing some people are just delusional. And this comes from people who are really far woke. This doesn't come from anybody on the right. I'm being honest. Sorry if you don't like it. It's true. UFO Twitter is 90% leftist. It's why they don't want to talk to me. Why would you want to talk to somebody who's telling you something completely different that you don't believe in? It would be better to live in fantasy land than to live in reality. And that's why this country is in the state it's in now. Because of the belief system that has been implemented in schools and politically. It has been so watered down that you don't even need evidence to believe in anything anymore in ufology. We know it exists, he says. We know it's here. Do you? You know it's here. You have evidence. Where's the evidence? Where? You may have personal evidence, but you don't have anything but dots and shadows. Show me something that will make me say, oh shit, that's interdimensional, or that's anti-gravity, or that's an alien gray. Give me something. Stories are just stories. Freaking A, they're awesome. And there's very few I believe in. But to say you don't have to have an announcement of disclosure to say that disclosure has already happened is a Lou Elizondo narrative. And that's where we're at. And that's why Lou's dangerous. And that's why I'm going to keep talking about it every single day. Every day. I go every day on purpose, not because I want to. Believe me, I'd like to take 2 days off. But I feel if I take 1 day off, something will slip through. I know I just took 3 days off, and look what happened. This.
Right. But it's for the people that, are most skeptical minded, that really need the scientific evidence to back up, certain claims and whatnot.
I am one of those skeptics, and I'm open, and it'll be interesting if there really is something kind of wild that they're disclosing. I understand that world. I've seen it. Joe Rogan obviously is fascinated by it and is letting you guys talk about it all the time. And what's his name? Bob. Caleb, help me. The guy that was supposedly doing research on this cesium. Bob. What is it? No, Bob. No, George. That's a different. This was the guy that allegedly from Las Vegas, and he was swept into the New Mexico thing, and
Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar, the guy says. Did you hear that?
Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar. You shouldn't be talking about ufology if you can't even say Bob Lazar correctly. And it's Robbie Lazarus. Roberto Lazarus. That's who Bob Lazar is. Get it? Roberto Lazarus. Bob Lazar. It's Bob Lazar, everybody.
Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar.
And
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 Bob Lazar. Lazar.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So tonight, Jimmy had Christina Gomez on his show. The love of his life, Christina Gomez. I tweeted. I said, your girlfriend is on again? Get those subs her way, Jimmy. I need Christina sound bites and video clips. Ask her why she got up and sang and danced during her Brandon Fugel interview. She can move, bro. Good for you. 25 years younger than you, bro. Somebody put a tweet out with a meme that says, time for the charm bomb to explode. And it's a cartoon because Christina's always playing with her hair. She's so damn hot. She is on fire. Christina Gomez. Amazing wonder. What is it? What time is it? It's time for the Gomez. Is it time for the Gomez? What is it called? Google Gomez? Sing it, Christina! Show us those moves, hipster! Put your hands up in the air. Do it, girl. Woo, yeah, feel it. Man, Jimmy's teaching her all the right moves. Good job, Jimmy. Way to go, Jimmy. Good for you, man. Good for you. She's got pipes that you can lay out. So I want to say during the Cold War project, Stargate RV had a success rate of 70%. No, not doing that. Can I just say this is what's been entering ufology? This is why I'm a little worried, a little scared for ufology. I don't even know if I could show the whole picture. I don't think I can, but I'll show you most of it. Yep, this person has triple 100 CDs, Z's. The breasts are so big. This person, Tim Pool, you know Tim Pool. Is it inappropriate to display and wear sex toys when teaching shop to children? Should this individual be allowed to teach their children in a public school? If you saw the rest of the outfit, the nipples are showing. They're very hard. It is pretty grotesque. I would not want my child to be taught with jugs like that. Sorry. That's a man too, by the way. So it's not a woman. Trying to be a woman, but, you know, biologically, it's a male. And the boobs were so big, like they would only make porno movies with boobs like that, or you would be some sort of circus sideshow freak with boobs like that. It's ridiculous. And I don't care. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Thank you, moderators and super chatters, for your support and your time. Appreciate you coming out here and hanging out at the Goofon. Mucho gusto, generoso. What's that? We can do this. We can do that, right? That one? No, not that one. This one? All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, newcomers. Thank you, veterans. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because I was told if I asked people to subscribe, like you guys would just come like in droves. It would just be amazing, but it hasn't happened yet. Gee, I wonder where I can go buy some subs. I'll have to ask Josh and Artemis. Thank you very much for your time. And we'll be back tomorrow night, Wednesday. Mucho gusto, generoso, everybody. We are Truthology for Ufology. See? Truthology for Ufology. The mute button went on for some reason. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. And don't forget, love each other and don't fight. Stand up for yourself. That's all. Just stand up for what you believe in. Who cares what these people think? As long as you know the truth, right? See you tomorrow. Alien bless.
Control life. Warning. Warning. Failure. Control life.